go. Yes, I keep saying on my show, it's always nice to get previous guests back just to see what they've been up to. And we have Georgina White, so you may remember had her on my show a little bit of a while ago now, where she was promoting her last single, Healer. We've got Georgina White on my show now. Just want to say very nice to have you on with me this afternoon, where this interview's taking place. How are you today?
Hi, Dan. I'm very well, thank you. And thank you so much for inviting me back on your show.
It's always nice to have familiar faces back on and just to see what they've been up to and their progress as well. So, as I
Yeah.
mentioned on my little intro there, last time we talked was around actually late April. So that not that long ago, you were promoting your single Healer. What have you been up to in that space of time up to now?
Gosh, so I was, as you know, on a UK tour of a rock musical. So that's kind of been done and dusted. And then I've been gigging a little bit as well. So I performed at the Moustache Bar in London for Underground Sound. I've been doing all sorts of interviews and press shoots, and I've also been in the recording studio again. And I think I've got about 4 singles ready to go, which is amazing.
Oh, brilliant. That's fantastic. Good to keep busy and enjoy what you do.
It is, yeah, definitely.
Right, so bringing you up to date there, and I just wanted to get you back on the show to chat about your new single you're promoting. It's simply called Love.
It is, and it actually isn't brand new because I did release it 2 years ago. But this was before I signed with a label, before I signed with my label in America, Creative and Dreams Music Network, and it was picked up by BBC Introducing, and it had a lot of play on Spotify, and my label have decided to re-release it. So it's now out again. It's now charting, which is very exciting. And yeah, gonna see how it does.
Oh, that's good. Some of the great songs from the past have been reissued just to, get the audience to listen to it again.
Exactly, exactly. And I released it at a time in my life where there was a lot going on, Dan, and I was in a massive stage of transition, and I had a lot of theatre work going on, and I just wasn't really in the headspace to promote it. But now I've got help with my label, so they're helping me with it now.
It's good to just have a supportive framework around you.
It is, yeah, it's very important, I think.
That's good. So Love, would you say it's quite a passionate song when you listen to it, when you listen to the lyrics, or in a way?
Yeah, it is passionate. I think it shows off a much more vulnerable side to me and my voice. Certainly, when I was writing it, I was feeling very vulnerable. So hopefully, it really gives a different side to me that perhaps listeners haven't heard before.
Yeah. And on looking at, I was listening to it on Spotify, where you can see yourself. You're in a shore, like a seafront, as I am now, virtually. But has
You
like has the seaside always been like an inspiration for you, like a place of solace for you to get away from things?
Absolutely. I'm a little bit obsessed with the seaside and the beach. And I have this theory that if you're by the sea, if you're by the water, then everything is okay. And it just reminds me how small I am in this
Mm.
massive universe that we're in. I find it incredibly comforting. So, whether I'm feeling happy or
Yeah,
sad, I love being by the
yeah.
sea.
It's a small world, but when you think about it, the majority of the whole globe is just water, isn't it? Sea.
Exactly.
Scary,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I know it's a
And
funny thought, isn't it?
yeah, back to the single. How did you find the involvement of the record process of making this record? Like, where was it recorded, and who did you collaborate with?
So with this song, I was working with a producer called Dan Myers, who also produced my first ever single release called Misfits. And I thought he'd done such a brilliant job on it that I wanted to collaborate with him again. And I wanted to do something a bit sort of darker and moodier. I really loved the film Cruel Intentions when I was a teenager. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it
Mm.
had a really cool kind of dark underground soundtrack. And I just wanted something with that sort of vibe, a little bit edgier to the stuff perhaps that I normally do. And we worked together, and Dan came up with this kind of this really cool electronic trip hop concept, which isn't a style that I would normally
Mm.
choose, but I love it. It's
That's,
different.
yeah, it's amazing to maybe just experiment here and there.
Mm. Yeah, it's so much fun experimenting. In
Mm.
fact, I'm experimenting at the moment with a rock song. So
Oh,
that's my next
yeah,
genre, Dan.
like a change of direction, but in a good way.
Yeah, I just like vocally, I love singing in different styles, and
Mm.
I love music as a whole. So exploring is exciting.
And with your music as well, do you have input with like writing lyrics as well?
Yes, so the lyrics are, if not always 100% mine, like predominantly mine. I'm an actor as well. I love getting inside the heads of other characters,
Mm.
and yeah, so writing words is a big thing for me. I love it.
And do you have like inputs like playing musical instruments as well on the record, or do you just concentrate like on your vocals?
I have done. I played piano on some records. That's how I generally send my tracks over to producers, is with voice and piano. But I'm currently recording some sax, and I also play bassoon. So that's on the current
Mm.
song that I'm recording, and I hope to include more of my instruments on my
Mm.
tracks as well, because I am a
Nice.
multi-instrumentalist.
And releasing like singles, it's not just about that. Sometimes you've got to create the artwork and the music videos as well. Have you had like input with that as well?
Yeah, I just love the creativity of it all. I love coming up with the idea of a concept for a music video. Where are we going to do it? What's the story? As you know, I filmed a music video for Healer in Thailand. Well, I filmed a music video for Love, which was also on a beach, on West Wittering Beach in England. It was cold, it was windy, it was a very, very different atmosphere, but
Mm.
hopefully, gives it gives the right atmosphere for the
Mm.
song.
That's amazing. Also, what styles of music like inspire like your music?
As I said, I love all sorts of different
Mm.
types of music, but artists who I really admire are Kate Bush, Amy Winehouse has always been a massive inspiration to me. I love Queen. Um, I used to love listening to Alanis Morissette, powerhouse vocalists,
Mm.
Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey. But yeah, I love classical music as well.
Oh, brilliant. Some of the greatest there, as you mentioned.
Mm, I think so. Too many to mention.
Yeah, true. Um, and you mentioned you've got some more singles all queued up down the road. They're coming up later on in the year or next year.
Yeah, yeah, they are. So I've been working with John Carr on some more music production, which is exciting. Yeah, I've got about three or four
Mm.
singles. Once again, different styles. A couple of really lovely, funky, upbeat ones as well. And I've done a cover. I've also a couple of covers. There's all sorts, Dan.
Mm. Oh, cool. We'll look
Kind of
forward
too
to
much
it.
to talk about.
Yeah. I just wanted to throw it back, take a trip down the time tunnel now. You re-recorded a version of Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive. Was that one always high on your list to like cover, reimagine?
Oh my goodness. Well, to tell you the truth, I would never have dreamed of covering it because it's such a legendary song. And Gloria Gaynor is such an incredible vocalist. But my manager, Freddie, was like, I think you should do this next.
Mm.
I think we need to do this. And I was terrified, but I'd like to think I made it my own. I've got a very different vocal style to Gloria Gaynor, and John certainly made the production his own. So yeah, I'm really proud of what we
Mm,
created, and a lot of people liked it, and it went straight to #1 in the chart of gold.
yeah, it's done really well on the streaming services when you look at the numbers.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
Mm,
It's just done really well.
I made a few notes about it because I did like your. I think if I'm right, you have like a contralto voice on there, like a deeper voice.
I do,
Um,
yeah.
and I did hear like Spanish acoustic guitar on this one.
Yes, yeah,
Ah, very
actually,
nice.
yeah, good ear. Yeah, so actually, that was my idea, the Spanish guitar, because in the original track, there's this fantastic kind of orchestral violin instrumental that goes on, string instrumental, and I think John initially tried something kind of electronic, which was really cool. But I just in my head heard Spanish guitar. I thought that that was really going to
Mm.
work, and I think it did. I think it really did.
Yeah,
So
I enjoyed that listen actually. And John
yeah.
Carr, we talked about John Carr. He's very prominent in like the heritage charts, and he's worked with like Elton John and so on.
Yeah, John Carr is a very cool guy. As I said, he played that wonderful Spanish guitar instrumental. He's very multi-talented, multi-instrumentalist, and we have a lot of fun working together.
Mm.
Yeah, our musical relationship just it seems to
Oh,
work really well, and long may it continue.
that's good. As you say, doing music, I know it's a business, but some elements you have to have fun and enjoy it as well.
You do. That's the
Mm,
most important thing, I
mm,
think. Of course we want to do well and we want to be successful, but if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then I don't think that's going to happen
mm,
necessarily. I think
mm.
you've got to do it for the love, haven't you?
Yeah. And was it fair to say the career path was always music for you or the arts?
100. Yeah, the arts in general, yes, absolutely, but I was definitely annoying everybody at home from a very young age,
Mm,
belting out Whitney Houston in my bedroom
yeah.
into one of those fake echoey microphones. um yeah, it was always my dream, and I worked as a freelance jazz singer from about the age of 15, 16. And I had some success when I was a teenager. I got cast in a West End show as well, so it just seemed that that was the way my life should go, and I'm still here.
Yeah.
i
That's
i
good.
just I adore it.
And I know you mentioned working with like say John and your fellow songwriters. Is there any singer you'd like to share the stage with? Like on your radar you wish to like collaborate with?
Oh my gosh, there are so many singers who I'd like to share the stage with. Uh, I'd say Miley Cyrus is just up there for
Mm,
me. I just think artistically she's so exciting, and she just doesn't care what people think of her. And she's got a seriously fantastic voice. So, yeah, I'd love to share the stage with her. I also I saw the last dinner party at Glastonbury. I was watching them, and I
mm.
just thought that they were absolutely amazing. So I'd love to perform in the same venue as them. And Imelda May,
Oh,
I just
brilliant.
think she's so amazing. I'd love to be a support artist for her. That's my dream.
Oh, well, you never know. I have interviewed someone who did support her Imelda on tour.
Really,
So you never know. You never
you
know.
never know. Exactly. I saw her in at a gig in London a few weeks ago, and I met her, and we had our photo taken together. And I said, "You really inspire me." And yeah, she said she was going to follow my music. So
Oh, brilliant.
hopefully one day.
Yeah, nice. What's the support been like from your fans and your followers, friends and family as well?
It's been amazing. They love it. I think they're really proud of me, and yeah, they love the music. They love kind of the eclecticness of it, and they just kind of like following the career path
Mm,
and the journey. I think, yeah.
nice. Two more questions to go. Let's go with this one. Do you find like songwriting, creating music very healing and curative, to escape the challenges of pressures of the everyday life as we live in a fast world?
Absolutely. It's one of my biggest gifts, I think, is to be able to channel that energy into writing a song. And I don't feel like I always had it. I feel like I had a bit of a blockage for a while, but yeah, when I really need to, I can channel the energy into writing either something that's very therapeutic or something that's kind of angry. um, it's definitely useful, and I definitely recommend it to people.
Finally, where's best for people to follow you on like social media? And do you have like an emailing list? They seem to be quite popular, for like up-to-date news. Um,
Yeah. Gosh, I don't have an emailing list yet, but I should absolutely. But I do have a website, georginawhite.com, where I update all my work, all my music, my theatre, whatever acting projects I'm doing. And then on socials, I'm on Instagram, Georgina White Official. I'm on Facebook,
mm,
Georgina White. And I'm on Twitter, Georgina White One. So, I've also I have got TikTok now. And I'm gonna try harder with it, but I use it very
mm.
rarely at the moment.
Brilliant. Well, it's lovely chatting with you. I just wanted to ask, how did your photo shoot go the other week in London?
Oh, it was lovely. Thank you. I was actually really unwell when I had this photo shoot. I told you I've got a bit of a cough. Well, last week it was pretty bad. So I was feeling a little bit down in the dumps with that. But I had this great shoot with a fantastic photographer, James Ward. And we had loads of fun in Shoreditch. And then we went into Soho in lots of brightly coloured, kind of exciting clothes. So I've hopefully got a few music artwork covers,
Oh,
which, yeah, excited to share with you.
yeah, brilliant. Well, Georgina White, thanks for being on my show and for the catch-up interview. And we've got so much to look forward from you in the near future. All right. Thanks for the
Yeah, thank
update.
you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, Dan. Lovely to
great.
see you.
Always a pleasure to have you on. And yeah, have a great rest of 2024, and we'll catch up with you soon, I guess.
Lovely. Look
Yeah,
forward to it.
brilliant.